Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into Google's big blueprint for enterprise AI. It's all about how they plan to turn all those endless AI experiments, the ones everyone's doing, into real business transformation.
Right now, it feels like a total gold rush for AI in the business world, right? It's kind of chaotic. Everybody is running experiments. But here's the thing, the real challenge, the question everyone's trying to answer is how do you get from just playing around with AI to actually getting real results? Results that, really transform how you do business.
So, in the middle of all this noise, how is Google planning to cut through? Well, it all comes down to their blueprint for enterprise AI. And honestly, it's surprisingly straightforward when you break it down.
Okay, so here's what's so interesting about their whole approach. It's not just about building the best, most powerful AI model out there. The real magic trick is that Google is basically the only company that has two absolutely critical pieces of the puzzle under the same roof. You've got DeepMind, their world-class AI lab, and you've got this massive enterprise-grade cloud platform that's already working with thousands of businesses. And what that does is create this incredible feedback loop. Think about it. All the real-world problems and needs from actual enterprise customers, they get fed directly back to the researchers at DeepMind. So what does that mean? It means the next generation of AI isn't just being built in a lab to hit some academic benchmark. No, it's being built from the ground up to solve a real, messy, complicated business problems.
And this whole blueprint, it's not happening in a vacuum. It's a direct response to how fast the conversation around AI is changing. I mean, just look at the last couple of years. In 2023, every single meeting was about which model is the best, who's got the smartest one. Then, 2024 rolls around, and suddenly, everyone's got dozens of experiments running. And the new panic is, okay, how do we govern all this chaos? And now, looking ahead, the question is evolving again. It's becoming, okay, I've got all these specialized AIs. How do I get them to actually work together like a team?
All right, so let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that's powering this whole vision. Google's AI stack is really built on three main layers.
So at the bottom, you have layer one, the foundation models. Now, yeah, Google has Gemini, and it's an absolute beast, a leader in a ton of areas. But, and this is key, their strategy here is about something way bigger than just pushing their own model. It really boils down to one word: choice.
This is so important. They are not building a walled garden here. Instead, their platform gives you access to, get this, over 190 different models. Yeah, you've got Google's Gemini family, but you've also got top commercial models from companies like Anthropic and Mistral, plus a whole bunch of the best open source models. The whole idea is to let you use the absolute best tool for whatever job you're doing, not force you into a Google-only world.
Okay, but having a bunch of models is great, but they're pretty useless if you don't have a place to run them, right? And that brings us to layer two, the platform itself, which is Vertex AI. The best way to think about it is like the central nervous system for a company's AI efforts. It's the one toolkit where your developers can build, tweak, and manage all these different AI apps all in one place that's secure and, importantly, governed. And just to be clear, this is not some small, niche product we're talking about. The usage of Vertex AI has literally exploded. We're talking a 20x, 20 times increase year over year. That is just staggering growth. And it tells you one thing really clearly. Businesses are desperate for a unified platform to wrangle all that AI chaos we were just talking about.
All right, now we get to what I think is the most exciting layer. This is where the tech really makes a leap, where it stops being just another tool you use and starts becoming a collaborator, a teammate. We're talking about the shift to AI agents.
And let's be super clear. An AI agent is not just a fancier chatbot. Not at all. Think of it as a specialized system that's designed to take on complex, multi-step tasks. In fact, Google sees this as the next huge wave in how we build applications. We're not just building apps anymore. We're building digital teammates that can actually reason, plan, and get things done. So how do you make this real? Well, Google is betting big on a product called Agent Space. The idea is for it to be the central hub, almost like an app store, but for AI agents. It's a place where any employee in the company can go to find, use, and maybe even build their own specialized agents to help them do their job better. And the vision here it's huge. We're not talking about just another piece of software. I love how one of their clients put it. They said, "This is the most important canvas for my employees. This is the next user interface." Wow. Think about that. It's not an app. It's the new way we're going to interact with computers to get work done. A canvas where people and AI agents work together.
But look, Google is smart enough to know that cool tech on its own doesn't actually solve business problems. And that brings us back around to maybe the most critical piece of this entire puzzle, the people. Because there's been this really dramatic shift in who's in the room for these AI meetings. A couple of years back, it was all PhDs and data scientists talking about algorithms. Now it's CIOs, it's line of business leaders, and they are all focused on one thing and one thing only. How can we use this stuff to grow the business? And that shift, it creates this absolutely massive opportunity for partners. Because these business leaders, they don't just need to buy more tech. What they need are partners who really get their industry, who can help them translate all this incredible AI potential into actual tangible results. Whether that's with high-level strategy, building custom solutions, or just getting all the different systems to talk to each other.
Okay, so that's the theory, but what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's take it from the platform to practice and look at a case study from one of the most complex industries out there.
I want you to meet a company called Pluto7. They're an AI partner, and they're using all of these Google building blocks to tackle something incredibly difficult, the super complex, data-heavy world of supply chain management. And they are just a perfect example of this whole ecosystem in action. It's so clear. Google provides the core engine, right? Vertex AI, the Gemini models. Pluto7 comes to the table with their deep specialized expertise in supply chains. And what do they build together? A solution called Planning in a Box that uses its own dedicated AI agent, they call it the Pi agent, to automate and optimize the whole thing. And the impact? It's been huge. So huge that the CEO of Google Cloud actually called them out by name on stage at a huge event. And what's amazing, as their founder pointed out, is that they were one of the smallest companies in the whole place. It just goes to show you that in this new ecosystem, you don't have to be a giant. A small, super focused partner can be a massive innovator.
Which really brings us to the big takeaway here. Google's blueprint is pointing to a future where the next big breakthrough isn't going to come from some single, all-powerful, do-everything AI. Nope. It's going to come from these collaborative systems of specialized agents built by all kinds of different partners, all on an open platform. And so the real question this leaves us with isn't just what can AI do, it's what can we do with AI when we start working together.